Hi guys, it's Courtney Lynn. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I am reorganizing my bathroom from top to bottom, going through all the shelving, all under the counter space, and cleaning it out and putting storage bins and everything, just totally redoing it. So follow along as I get started on it. So to begin, I start by taking everything out of the cabinet that I'm working in and placing it all out on the counter. That way I can see it better and get to it easier to organize it. Then once everything's removed out of that cabinet, I go ahead and wipe it down and make sure everything is cleaned up real good. And that green bottle that I'm using today is Scrubbing Bubbles Bathroom Cleaner. Moving on to the under the counter cabinet, and as you can see, this one is pretty messy too. It's kind of like a catch-all cabinet. So once again, just removing everything out and then going to wipe it down with the cleaner. One very important thing to remember while organizing is if you do not use it, or if you don't like it, get rid of it. There's no reason to have something that you're never going to use because you don't like it or you don't need it. So get rid of things that you do not want or you do not need. This is what it looked like after I cleaned out only two of the cabinets in my bathroom. I still had two more to go, but this is where the majority of the stuff was. And as you can tell, it's not only just my stuff, but it's also my siblings' stuff. So I've got a lot to go through. So I like to organize some of the loose things in these little cosmetic zip-up bags. I like to find these at Ross or Marshall's. Not only are they cute, but they're really good for organizing everything. These little white containers that I've been using are so perfect to store things in because it keeps it nice and orderly, but it also is very easy to see when you're searching for something in the cabinet. So I'll put the link to these little containers down below. I bought this self-adhesive shelf liner a long time ago, but I had just been procrastinating putting it all in because it seemed like a big process to me, which it really is a big process to do. Another thing that I was worried about with putting this chevron pattern in my cabinets, I was worried about it looking too busy. So I decided just to give it a try and I put it on the very bottom shelf. And this is the shelf that has the least amount of stuff. So I went ahead and put it in, and I did try putting it on two other shelves. But when I got it all in there, I just did not like the way that it looked, the way it turned out. Looked really busy. And I didn't feel like it looked the very best. So I just went ahead and left the bottom one because I think that looks fine. And who knows, maybe one day I'll go back and do the other three shelves if I have a little bit more patience. So I ended up cutting it to fit the size and realizing that I had cut not enough off. So I went back and I used an X-Acto knife to cut all the edges and make it just look a lot cleaner, which is what you can see that I'm doing here. So sometimes we forget about things that we have in our cabinets because they're out of sight. Well, that was the problem with these bath bombs and shower fizzies, is that I just was forgetting about them. So I put them in this cute little bowl. This way they look nice and I will remember them more because they're right in my view every time I open the cabinet. So I'm starting to put everything back in the cabinet, and as you see on each of these little white baskets that I've already talked about, I have put a label on each of them. So I label whose basket is whose, and I just love the way that labels make everything look organized. So I use this little container to store my cotton rounds in. You could also use it for Q-tips or bobby pins or any other little item that you like to store. Here's another cosmetic bag that I'm using. I'm using it to store all of my pedicure and manicure stuff. Okay, I'm completely finished with the first cabinet. Only a few more to go. I got a decorative box from Ross, and that is what I'm using to store all of my lotion in. I got this set of 3 stackable drawers from Walmart, and I use it to organize all of my things for medicine and first aid and any odds and ends things that we might need. And here I have the exact same type of stackable drawers. These are a lot wider, and I only have 2 of them here. So this drawer I use for all of my travel stuff. As you can see, I have a lot of cosmetic bags that I travel with. And I also use a Ziploc bag to store all of my travel bottles and anything that has to do with packing for travel. I love this little tool right here. This is an over-the-cabinet door blow dryer holder. Here I'm using the little white baskets I talked about earlier. These are the exact same length, but they're much more narrow in width. In this cabinet, I like to put all of my extra things that I'm not needing at the moment. For instance, I have extra toilet cleaner, I have extra hand soaps, extra bathroom sprays, extra bars of soaps, things like that I'm not needing at the moment, but I will in the future. And this concludes our bathroom organization. Thank you so much for following along and watching this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below. I'll see you next time.